These Mandela effects are going to make you question your reality. I genuinely still love the Mandela effect so much. I've been doing these videos for like 10 years and I still think they're fun to this day. I love it. Nothing's better than when a good Mandela effect gets me. I immediately add it to my notes app so that I can do these videos for you guys. And you guys send me a ton of them as well, which is great. So without further ado, let's get into the new Mandela effects. The first two I want to talk about are some Mandela effect proofs to previous Mandela effects that we've talked about before. So for one, Fruit of the Loom, we all remember there being a cornucopia. There has literally never been a cornucopia under any circumstances. But there's more proof that the cornucopia was not just in our heads. So in the movie The Ant Bully, it's a little animated movie from the 2000s, and there is clearly a picture of Fruit of the Loom with a cornucopia that pops up. Why the hell would that be there if there's no cornucopia? There's never been a cornucopia. Explain it to me, because you can't. You literally can't. And the second piece of Mandela effect proof that I really want to talk about is so interesting to me because it has to do with Snow White. This is a very old Mandela effect, like one of the OGs, I would say. It's that everyone remembers the evil queen in Snow White saying, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" But it's actually magic mirror on the wall. If you go back and watch the film, read the book, etc., magic mirror on the wall. Well, here's Walt Disney himself saying, "Mirror, mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, show the hardest workers here of all."
What's that about? What is that about? Let me know, because that's some pretty good evidence if you ask me. I'm just saying. The next Mandela effect has been trending all over TikTok right now, and I totally get why. I remember there being a spa girl emoji, like a girl with little cucumbers on her eyes, a face mask, and a little towel wrap on her head. 100,000%. But this emoji has literally never existed. Why can I picture it so vividly in my head if it's not there? I swear I've used this before. It's kind of driving me insane, actually, and I need to know what you guys remember because that's sick. That's sick. So a lot of people remember this specific scene in Forrest Gump, and no, it's not the classic "Life is like a box of chocolates" Mandela effect that you think it is. But everyone remembers this scene where Forrest Gump says, "Sorry, I ruined your Black Panther party." 100%. That's how I remember it. That's how the entire internet remembers it. However, it's never been that. He actually just says, "Sorry, I had a fight in the middle of your Black Panther party."
Sorry, I had a fight in the middle of your Black Panther party.
There's no way that this could be true, and I need to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Like, it just sounds so wrong when you listen to it now. It's honestly really freaking me out. Like, I can't. No, there's no way. All right, the next Mandela effect I want to talk about is from The Simpsons. So Marge Simpson, I am actually annoyed at this one. I always remember Marge Simpson having a white pearl necklace. 100,000%. If you told me it was baby blue, I'd be like, okay, maybe I remembered it wrong, or it was like kind of colored weird. Why the fuck has it always been red? Red. Absolutely not. This cannot be true. I literally don't understand how that's possible. I've never seen that in my life, ever. I need to know what you guys remember though, especially if you're big Simpsons lovers. Honestly, I never really liked The Simpsons. It was just a show that like my older cousins watched, and I remember Marge Simpson having a white necklace for sure. All right, the next Mandela effect is gonna bring back the 90s, okay? So this is for the 90s kids, early 2000s. I vividly remember when Crayola came out with those little marker stamp things. They were really cute. I loved them. And I always remember there being a peace sign in this kit of stamps. Doesn't exist. Never has existed. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I was obsessed with peace signs in the early 2000s. I had peace signs everywhere, and I absolutely 100,000% remember there being a Crayola marker, in my head it's orange, where you stamp the peace sign on there. Please let me know if you remember that if you're a 90s kid. That's actually insane. That's insane. And trust me, I knew the cool pens and markers. I knew those things, okay? I had Smensels. I had it all because I didn't buy books at the Scholastic Book Fair. I bought all of the little trinkets and toys and such. So I know damn well that stamp existed. I know it. but let me know what you remember. All right, the next Mandela effect has honestly been going around TikTok a lot lately, and it is about Home Depot. I can't explain how this makes me feel so uncomfortable, but Home Depot apparently has always been the Home Depot. On every sign, every fucking smock that they wear, it's the Home Depot. No, it isn't. Like, it's just Home Depot. Like, that's actually crazy if you think about that. No, like, it was never the Home Depot. It was just Home Depot, 100,000%. It looks so wrong on the signs. Now, every time I pass one, I'm literally like, what the fuck is that? What is that? No. All right, the next Mandela effect is something that I don't remember, but a lot of people do. Like, so many different people have claimed this to be a Mandela effect and really believe that they remember Macaulay Culkin dying of an overdose. I personally do not remember this whatsoever. I feel like I've kept up on Macaulay Culkin over the years, so I knew he was still alive, but I guess a lot of people remember him dying in like the early to mid 2000s, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this because a lot of you guys have sent this to me before, so I know there's a lot of you who remember Macaulay Culkin dying, but personally, I always remember him being alive, thankfully. I don't know, but let us know your thoughts. All right, this next Mandela effect has to do with JFK's car. It's not the classic that we all thought it was a 4-seater. There was actually 6 seats in the convertible that he was in. That we've talked about before. However, I remember JFK's car being like a powder blue color. It's always been like dark blue, black. What is that? No! I just know for a fact it was like a baby blue and it was a 4-seater. That's for damn sure. It was never a 6-seater. Is crazy. And do they even have that? Like, please let me know what you remember. Because if you remember a powder blue convertible, then I guess we're from the same timeline. Because I don't know. I don't know this Navy. I don't know her. All right, the next Mandela effect is one that was going really, really viral on TikTok right now. And it is about Ready Whip. Tell me why Ready Whip, the whipped cream in a can, has always been spelt W-I-P. What do you mean by that? Here's the thing. You look at me, I think you can tell I liked whipped cream as a child. And I used to eat whipped cream from the can. I know for a damn fact it was Ready Whip. Just whip spelled normally W-H-I-P. The way that Ready Whip, W-I-P, looks is so wrong to me that it honestly makes me feel a little sick to my stomach. That's insane. There's no way that it was ever that. I don't care what anyone says. It's never been WIP. And I know. I've eaten a lot of cans of Ready Whip in my day. There's this Mandela effect that's going viral on TikTok again, and it's basically about Bubble Bath from SpongeBob. Everyone remembers this scene being way longer than it was. Like, he was like hiding pickles under his tongue. I'm sure you guys remember the scene. It's one of those childhood scenes that for some reason just stuck in our heads. And I remember it being way more stuff that he had under his tongue, but watch how short it is.
He's been hiding the pickles under his tongue the whole time.
And there's the pickles from last time, too.
And there's my car keys. And there's my ride.
There's no way. There's no way that's a thing. I swear he had like a boot under his tongue. Like, I just remember there being more of the fish characters shouting about things that were actually under Bubble Bath's tongue. Let me know what you remember because that actually made me feel a little insane. All right, this next one is fucked up. It's fucked up. I can't lie. I cannot believe that this is real. Everyone knows Flava Flav, correct? If you were to ask me how I spell that, it would be this, 100,000%. Tell me why it's always been Flavor Flav. Flavor, like fully spelled out, not Flava Flav. Like, that's actually making me feel insane, genuinely. And we all watched Flavor of Love as a kid. Like, that's actually nuts. And I need to hear what you guys think of this because I've always known it to be Flava Flav. Very clearly, like seeing it written Flavor Flav just looks so incorrect, and I just need to hear your opinion because it makes me feel weird. All right, the next Mandela effect is from Scary Movie 2. It's a part where he's like, take my strong hand, and he has like a little mini hand. This never really happened in the movie. He just says, take my hand.
Take my hand! Ah! Come on! You're gonna fall unless you take my hand!
No! Give me your other hand!
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough! You take my little hand.
Everyone, like I'm telling you, everyone remembers it being Take My Strong Hand. I've seen this Mandela Effect so many times. I've honestly never watched the scary movies. I think because I actually thought that they were scary movies as a kid. Like now I know that they're parodies, so it's like funny. But I was scared of them, so I never saw it. But let me know what you guys remember if you're a big scary movie fan. I feel like this one is unanimous on the internet though. Everyone remembers the Take My Strong Hand. It is kind of weird that he just says take my hand, like, and doesn't even make like a pun about it being a small hand. I don't know, but let us know what you think. This next Mandela Effect actually really freaking freaked me out. I always remember this movie being called Meet the Millers. 100,000% this movie was Meet the Millers, and I watched it like relatively late. Like this is like an earlier, like mid-2000s movie. I watched it like recently, within the last 5 years for the first time. And I know it was called Meet the Millers. I swear it's just always been called We're the Millers. I don't know if I'm going crazy here, but I remember it so vividly being Meet the Millers. Right? I need to hear someone's thoughts on this because when I saw that one, I had to immediately look it up for myself and it made me feel insane. Genuinely. What do you mean by that? Meet the Millers, right? I don't know. Now I feel like I don't know, but it sounds so wrong for it to be We're the Millers, right? I don't know. Let us know what you remember. All right, the next Mandela Effect I want to talk about is about this particular interview where Evan Longoria catches a baseball before it hits a reporter. A lot of people seem to remember this interview very vividly being a blonde woman, but the woman in the actual video has dark hair.
For your team, how do you feel your chances are in the AL East?
I mean, I love our chances. You know, it's been Guys, keep it on the field.
And everyone's like freaking out about this on TikTok. Like I've seen hundreds of TikToks about this specific Mandela Effect of people really remembering some blonde girl being the one who Evan Longoria saves from a baseball hitting her in the face. Personally, I have no fucking clue. I'm not a Sporty Spice bitch. Why would I know? Do I look like I know baseball? No, I don't. The only thing I know about Evan Longoria is I was kind of rooting for him because it sounds like evil Longoria, even though like I know they're not related, but I'm a Desperate Housewives girl at heart, so that's just my opinion. All right, the next Mandela Effect that I want to talk about is actually freaking insane. So my girlfriend got the Switch 2, and the Switch 2 has Moo Meadows on it, which so does the original Switch Mario Kart, I believe. But Mario Kart World has Moo Meadows. It's originally, I think, from the Wii. At least that's how I remember it. Like, I know Moo Meadows from the Wii because my sister used to love cows as a child. Nonetheless, she always made us play Moo Meadows. It was her favorite course on the damn game, and I never remember the Moo Meadows cow having a fucking nose ring. What the hell is that? When I saw this when I was playing Mario Kart at my girlfriend's, I actually felt like I was crazy. I had to Google it immediately to see if it was on the Wii or if it's like a new edition. No, it's always been there. Always been there. On the Wii. The original Wii game has a freaking nose ring. Like, I just don't feel like Nintendo would do that. You know? Like, I just don't feel like that's their vibe. I don't feel like it makes sense. I don't like it. Frankly, I don't like it, and I need to know what you guys think. It's kind of like the reverse of the Laughing Cow Cheese. Everyone remembers the Laughing Cow Cheese having a nose ring, and I do too, 100%. It looks empty without it, but that's never existed. And I'm just stressed out. Like, can you guys figure out if the cows have nose rings or not? And stop switching them around. The Moo Meadows cow, I do not care what anyone says. That Wii Mario Kart cow had no nose ring. I know it. I know it for a fact. That's something I would have noticed as a child. I noticed everything. I don't like it. All right, the next Mandela Effect is one people have been asking me to talk about for a while because it's about the spelling of hamster. I feel like this is a common word that gets misspelled, and I don't know if I necessarily think it's a Mandela Effect or if I think maybe we just aren't good spellers. Sorry, I don't know. But I will say a lot of people thought that hamster had a P in it, like it was spelled like this, but hamster has always actually been spelled like this with no P, and honestly, I will say neither look right to me. I don't know how I would go about spelling hamster, but like neither look correct, if that makes sense. They both look weird. Like, it looks like just a weird word that I've never seen before. I can't explain it, but that's how I feel. I need to know what you guys remember. And honestly, one that I hate talking about, but like I'll bring up every couple of years, is the word dilemma. I remember dilemma having an N in it. I know that sounds weird, but I remember it being spelled like this, and so many other people do as well. Why? Why? I could understand why hamster would be like incorrectly spelled hamster, because that's how people pronounce it, but no one says dilemma. I remember as a child thinking, why is it not pronounced dilemma? Because there's an N. No N. It's just dilemma. How do you... If someone remembers dilemma with an N, please let me know, because that one actually makes me feel insane. Like, I can't think too hard about it. It just feels like that time where that existed for me was just a completely different time, in like a different world, honestly. All right, the last Mandela effect I want to talk about makes me feel so crazy. So crazy. I had to like deep dive Google this because I didn't believe it. I went through a phase when I first moved to LA, which was 2021, where I loved Domino's pizza. I would order Domino's all the time, and I would always get a stuffed crust pizza. Domino's has never had a stuffed crust pizza up until March of 2025. This year. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And like, I don't even think I've had Domino's this year. So that means I've never had No, I know for a fact that they had a stuffed crust pizza. Like, again, look at me. I know things about food. I'm aware. I am so aware that the stuffed crust pizza had to be a thing. Had to. And it just wasn't. It's not, they've never had a stuffed crust pizza, and I need someone else to verify this for me. I also feel like I can really remember mukbangs of Trisha Paytas eating stuffed crust pizzas from Domino's. I swear that exists. And it just doesn't. They never had a stuffed crust pizza until March of 2025. What do you mean? What do you fucking mean by that? No. Anyway, that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let us know in the comments below any Mandela effects that you guys have. Even if they're personal Mandela effects, I love reading stories like that. I think it's so damn interesting because I have so many personal Mandela effects that happen in my like daily life, and it's like I can't have someone else validate it for me because it'll be something only I know, and it's very frustrating. So I want to read your personal Mandela effect stories, so definitely leave them below, and any other Mandela effects that other people could relate to, leave them below as well. But that is it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe for new videos every week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.